Hi, welcome to our video presentation in which we will be discussing the consumer behavior analysis for Stan. In this video, our team will be going through some marketing problems and issues that we have identified for Stan. And building upon that, we will be providing some opportunities and some recommendations that we think will be the most beneficial for Stan's situation. So before we get into the marketing side of things, a little bit of background on Stan. So Stan is a relatively new streaming service that began in 2015. It has gained a lot of popularity for its fresh and unique content. For example, it's introduced Stan Sport, which is loved by lots of sport lovers across Australia. It provides a variety of different sporting events on its platform. However, even with something as unique as Stan Sport, in recent years, research has shown that customers have been dissatisfied with Stan's services, which had resulted in low engagement levels. So after much individual and group research, our team has been able to identify the two main marketing problems that for Stan, those being its brand positioning and lack of content. First of all, we've been able to identify that Stan's brand positioning in the media is quite weak. This is largely due to the fact that Stan has failed in reaching the mass audience and catering to the wider range audience. In the same way that Stan Sport is heavily promoted in, say, for example, sporting events, Stan may benefit by doing this for other genres or its entire platform in general. The second issue that we have identified is the lack of content. So research has shown that consumers have been dissatisfied with the variety of content available on Stan's platform. Consumers have said that the majority of content available is largely American-sourced entertainment. This can be a real deterrent to consumers who come to Stan looking for certain content and are not able to find that, which is why their engagement levels may be running low, because consumers who are looking for some diverse content may not be able to find that on Stan and thus choose not to buy Stan and perhaps are going to their competitors. So essentially, that's a little summary on the issues that we have identified for Stan. So building upon those issues, we've identified the two opportunities that we think would be the best for Stan, those being expanding globally and having competitive pricing. And we will be going into that in much more detail within the next few slides.
Another opportunity for Stan to positively influence the company would be implementing competitive pricing. Competitive-based pricing is when a company determines a price based on consumer demand and prices that are set by other streaming services. This means that Stan wouldn't be basing the price on the product's value, however, it will be based on that of competitors. There are different pricing decisions to be considered when using competitive pricing, such as premium pricing, price matching, and loss leader pricing. Loss leader pricing is when a product is sold below its value and below competitive prices. This can attract consumers and increase the amount of products sold. For example, Stan reduces their prices by a smaller amount than that of other streaming services such as Netflix. There are tons of recommendations to improve the quality of Stan. In this case, these are our two recommendations to improve upon. The first one is promoting a brand supported with a model of perception theory, and the second one is globalization, which is supported with the American customer satisfaction model. In promoting to our target market, we'd be making an oversight if a point wasn't made of utilizing the model of perception. This model is a process in which individuals enter a four-stage exposure, attention, perception, and interpretation. Following this model will help in engaging domestic and regular TV consumers whilst aiming to promote the entire streaming services of Stan. As the target markets we have set will be exposed to such commercials, in attributing a positive perceptive quality, Stan could represent the entire consumption process as families get together to watch films, TV, and sport in the ads. as we aim to promote through commercials on free-to-air TV and on-demand TV. Platforms such as 9Go, Channel 9, 9Gem, and 9Now will be pivotal in displaying the recommended strategy. In attempt to capture a larger market of the streaming platform cohort, Stan can make themselves a global platform by allowing accessibility across the world. They could also consolidate and captivate across overseas audiences in Asia, South America, and Europe by having a catalogue of domestic shows and films in their respective languages. This will serve the opportunities that Stan currently has and will be effective if strategized correctly. Furthermore, the strategy of globalizing Stan and expanding its services across the world will be helpful and effective to achieve this. Social media ad methods on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube will be utilized to promote their services to overseas audiences. Marketing on socials has a reach that expands across multiple continents. The American consumer satisfaction model will assist Stan in making the right choice by focusing on the way consumers perceive the product. If bad perceptions are made of the streaming services, Stan will be able to attribute changes to their service. If perception led to consumer satisfaction, Stan consolidates its streaming services overseas by increasing its popularity, its subscription ratings, and its content quality that mainly targets to teenagers and young adults. As a result of this model, Stan in future will gain more global customers, a higher customer retention rate, and also the power in the future to expand to content library even more. However, this will only work if the strategy is implemented correctly. Thank you for your time.